Hi, and welcome to the 9th edition of UTA Spotlight, Spring 2017. I'm Javier Gervais. Today, we'll talk about the mega march for immigration reform that took place in the streets of downtown Dallas. We will further explain a federal budget cut that could affect students who receive financial aid. And we'll go over what went down with our baseball team this weekend. Thank you for joining us. This is UTA Spotlight. Thousands took to the streets of Dallas to protest for immigration reform. Our reporter Ben Diaz has the details.
Sunday was a holy day of worship for Christians and a day of protest in support of immigrants in the United States, as thousands of protesters took to the streets in downtown Dallas, many wishing for some sort of immigration reform.
Well, like anything else, I think there's a better way to do immigration. We want immigration reform is what it amounts to. I mean, it's been over 31 years since the last time we had immigration reform, for whatever reason. There's been two parties in power in all that time, neither of which has been able to come up with immigration reform.
People of all creeds and activists like Martin Luther King III were part of the march that eventually ended and made its way in front of Dallas City Hall, where the crowd listened to various speakers delivering motivational messages.
Who see education as hope not only for themselves but for their communities.
En primer lugar, que no dividan las familias, que no los deporten, que les den una amnistía, creemos que se las merecen. Los Dreamers, que se les respete su derecho como Obama se los dio. Que Trump no meta ya las manos en esto.
President Trump, of course, continues to be a hot topic, and it remained an issue among some marchers. Yet tensions never escalated, and while the Trump supporters on hand were vastly outnumbered, one man in attendance gave his opinion on the current immigration debate dividing the country.
Anybody else other than America, they come last. It's not right to let other people come into this country and take position over homeless people first.
Those who braved the long walk were only a small sample of cries for the millions more in our country who may feel they no longer have a voice. The mega march gave hope to worried families that positive changes may soon come for future generations, if not today, then perhaps tomorrow. Benjamin Diaz, UTA News.
Thousands of UTA students received financial aid through the federal Pell Grant. Under President Donald Trump's new budget, that could change. Camille Connor has the details.
Morgan Rubin is a broadcast student and a senior about to graduate in May. She credits Pell Grants for helping her afford her last 2 years of college.
If I hadn't gotten any Pell Grants at all, I probably would have ended up dropping out my sophomore year, or trying to figure out a way to get approved for outside loans that doesn't really have anything to do with FAFSA or anything, just going and finding outside lenders that I can get $1,000 to $200,000 from.
Trump's new budget plan for the 2018 fiscal year includes cutting the federal Pell Grant program by $3.9 billion. UTA gets $47 million in federal funds each year. Financial Aid Executive Director Karen Krause says aid money is allotted to thousands of UTA students every year.
The 16-17 award year, we have right at 13,000 students who are receiving federal Pell Grant. For the last 5 years, that's been pretty consistent. We've had between about 12,600 students and just over 13,000 students each year that have received federal Pell Grant. A high level of our Pell Grant students also receive additional assistance above and beyond the federal Pell Grant. For this year, the maximum award is just over $5,600 for the year for a full-time student, so that's not enough to cover the full-time tuition and fees.
Rubin's sister is a senior in high school, and she's glad that her sister will be able to have a blueprint to follow and not fall in the trap of getting as many loans as she did in her first 2 years of college.
We already know that she will get the Pell Grant, and she's done the FAFSA, which is an advantage that I didn't have my freshman year, which is amazing because it is saving her $2,000 that she doesn't have to get for the year.
Executive Director Krause also says in a statement that they try to get the word out to students about financial aid options through outreach, posters, and electronic banners, as well as student publications and local news publications. Rubin plans to go into teaching as a part of the government's loan forgiveness program. She would also like to create a nonprofit program that helps students get prepared for college and teaches them about their financial options. Camille Connor, UTA News.
The deadline for the priority fundings was April 1st, but the Office of Financial Aid is still taking applications. For more information, you can visit them at Davis Hall at the second floor. Now, UTA Baseball is back in action, and last week they faced a team that is nationally ranked. Harold Rogers has won the game.
On Tuesday night, the third-ranked TCU Horned Frogs visited Clay Gould Ballpark. The 14-15 Mavericks looked to avenge their home opener loss against their Big 12 opponent. Things got off to a rocky start for UTA starting pitcher Jordan West as he walked 3 straight batters and was quickly pulled from the game. TCU took advantage of the situation to take a 4-0 lead into the 5th inning. UTA had gotten some hits and put runners in scoring position, but only managed to put 1 run on the board, still trailing in the 6th inning.
I think we got a lot of fighters, warriors, because at the end of the game, every time we find a way to, try and put something together and come bring it, at least make it close. So that's how I'm feeling so far.
UTA's offense gained momentum to spark a rally late in the game. Despite a 9th inning surge by the Mavericks, they fell short of the win by the final score, TCU 5, UTA 4.
Well, I was proud of our effort. It was a lot better against a really good club, top 5 club in the nation. At times, we got a little overmatched with their arms, but a lot of people are going to. But, we hung in there. We pitched it just good enough, and we strung together some good at-bats in the last inning. The game ended how it ended. That's not a big deal. I was proud of our effort tonight. We just came up short.
Harold Rogers, UTA News.
The UTA Mavs are going to face the TCU Horned Frogs again on May 16th at the Lupton Field in Fort Worth. Well, that's all we have for this 9th edition of UTA Spotlight Spring 2017. On behalf of our producer, Maria Martinez, we would like to thank you for watching. I'm Javier Rivet, and this is UTA Spotlight.